No, can't play that. I will get clipped immediately.
Well, you weren't playing it
Here,
for
how
very
about
long.
this?
Okay, play that other thing.
What?
That one.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that.
I don't listen to women yelling. I tell them to shut up.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Nothing Yet Live. I'm J. Tyler.
I am your Miss Parker.
Yeah.
The not shutting
I
up.
actually told him I'd let him live.
All right.
And we are delighted.
Oh, we talked a little about it yesterday. Just to give you guys a little taste. Pastor Locke is blown up these days.
Well, this is actually an old video that we're going to talk about,
is.
but he says so many of the classic things, and
He's got to do the classics.
Yeah, and so we're going to play it and stop it and make fun of him. Which,
put the fofo away, geeks you the whole day.
hey, if we get clipped on the Pastor Locke, that's going to suck.
All right. Well, we can't. We're pop locking. Are we in the? Oh, we're here.
Yeah.
Right? Now, those of you guys that don't know about dailyapparelstore.com, he brings you guys our delicious stickers and swag and things like that. If you guys want some, hit us up at nothingyetgroup@gmail.com.
The best seed to sale cannabis, stickers
yeah, right.
in all of the U.S.
Losing ad revenue like we never had it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
You are sick, and I can help you.
I am sick. I can help you.
No.
All right, you ready to do this, dude?
Sure.
Oh, no. It did it to me. It did me dirty again.
That's because the devil. You got the devil. You can shuffle.
Oh, but you
can come.
All right.
Shuffle. There we go.
Like it. Well, are you pastoring for the other pastors, or are you pastoring for Jesus? Listen,
you want to go
probably
back?
have a better
go
and a
back.
bigger church in you if you'd quit pastoring.
Oh, sorry.
He's too funny.
So I'm sick of these people.
Sorry. There.
Here
Hey
we
guys,
go.
Pastor Greg Locke here. We are almost
Friend of everybody except for Damon
in Southern Alabama, and so
And he doesn't hold the camera right either.
at the back of the bus here. I just wanted to
The back of the
bus.
this unbelievable,
Yes.
literal firestorm of a controversy that is now taking place in regards to me, our ministry, and our church in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. And I just want to say this: the devil owns the news media. There's a reason Ephesians calls him the prince of the power of the air. Fake news is just that. It's just as fake and wicked and evil now as it ever has been. There's a lot of things.
All right. You want to tackle that little bit of deliciousness?
Well, he's
Fake
not,
news.
He's not
I'm
calling anyone out specifically.
Specifically, right? So who is, in fact, are they just all fake news?
And at this point in his career, this was back in February, I think he had his book burning, and that kind of got him on the map. But I don't remember him being super mainstream, so I don't know who he's talking about fake news.
No, in fact, a whole nother pastor made a whole...
Maybe he's talking about Spencer Smith, who made a documentary immediately after
Spencer Smith, Pastor Locke. She has a boner for one of you.
I have a boner for the good-looking one.
We would know and realize, recognize, and understand if the news would actually cooperate and tell the truth, but they don't.
Who is the news?
No, there's been a lot of controversy.
If the news would just cooperate and tell them whatever we told them to tell you guys. But then back to
surrounding these series of messages that I've been preaching at our church on deliverance from demons and desperate.
You're getting messages from demons.
Call upon the name of the Lord shall be delivered in the last
Stop
days.
it.
What the Bible says. There's a lot in the Bible about deliverance. There's a lot in the Bible about oppression.
I just want to point out.
Devil's afraid of the church. All it does is means mission is king. Okay, it doesn't bother me.
When you start doing that,
and exposing the works of darkness, here's what happens. Expose the works.
I'm lost. I'm sorry. What was he saying?
I don't know what he was saying. I was
listening.
listening to the dueling banjos, but after he did the book burning, he was calling out witches in his congregation, and he said there were 6 of them. And how did he find out who these witches were? And how did he get their addresses? Come to find out, he did some fasting and some praying, and it was demons. The demons told him.
He talked about how terrible it was to dox the Supreme Court justices.
Oh, yeah, and he doxed the witches. The supposed witches, 2 of whom are men, I might point out.
Dude, House of Glass, son. I don't know nothing much about the Bible, but I'm pretty sure glass houses came in there somewhere.
Well, that's probably why he
Something
has
about
a
throwing.
tent. That's why he has a tent, because the rocks won't damage it.
I'm Joe White.
Okay, so keep playing him. He's funny as
devil.
hell.
And we've ticked off the devil,
He's
for
the
which I'm not
devil.
apologizing. I'm explaining. So we went through with our burning the other night, and every newspaper
By the
in
way,
America,
yeah,
and
you
many
got to
around the world,
context them too. This is this is just after the
The book burning.
book burning. This
All
is
they
great.
have
I love his
done
take on it.
conveniently is talk about Pastor Greg Locke and Global Vision Bible Church had a book burning. Let me say this first of all, Skippy. The
Skippy.
books were the least amount of things and materials that we burnt. But
Yeah,
we
people
burned
burnt their
books. You know why?
garbage.
'Cause Acts 19
People brought their refuse, their empty egg cartons and their empty
Hardee's,
their
their
TV
empty
dinners. Yeah, they brought all their stinking trash out of their trailers and threw it in the fire. And yeah, you're right. The books were the least of his concern because they had all this trash.
says they brought their books of sorcery, spells, and magicianry,
Stop
and they
it.
burned
Stop
them
it.
before all men.
Okay,
People in your church
Look,
own sorcery books?
I do spelling bee every day. By the way, I haven't seen
Yes,
the pangram.
I
do
do.
it
I
every
got the
day.
pangram.
Magicianry. Is that a word?
I just want to point out that I am not a Christian, and
Why
much
not?
less one who attends your church. And I don't have sorcery books in my house. What is it about your congregation that they have sorcery books in their house that they have to burn?
Dr. Z loves books, and she's like, I would love to have this room. There's this one room in this house there that you can see, and it's amazing. It's full of books. She goes, I would love to have that room full of books. And I go, what if they're all books about fascism? Kind of caught her off guard on that one.
They'd burn through the walls.
But I was like,
No, but seriously, what is it? How is it?
I said fascist books.
Right,
said,
I
what
know.
if they're all not books about fascism.
I know.
Because
I know.
we have books about fascism.
I know. I get what you were
Yeah.
saying. I said they'd burn
Sorry,
through the
I
wall,
wanted to
but
clarify.
but
before
how is
a
it?
fist comes through the door. And,
How is it that his congregation, how do they have all these sorcery books?
I know.
Wouldn't even know where to get one.
I mean, they're seemingly functionally illiterate. They also don't show up to your church. Apparently, you have spent the last week bitching about how you can't get enough. There's people that are like, I will die for Christ, and he's just like, don't die. Please just show up on Wednesdays and give me money.
And don't go to jail.
Sold for sale, son.
Oh, sold already. He's ticked off the devil. The devil's coming for
Wait
him
till he
now.
gets to the poop.
Yeah,
Counted the price of them, and there were 50,000 pieces of silver. So yeah, we had a good old
The price of Pastor Locke's poop soul is X amount of pieces of silver.
fashioned burning. It's not that we were burning, it's what we were burning. And listen, we've had everybody that's on the other side come against us because of this. And we had neighbors coming out with crystals and, putting occultic movies on their big screen.
No, man, it was that you dug a pit and burned a bunch of trash in your front yard, son. Kind of, you're treading on Florida man territory.
Yeah, you kind of built it up to be this massive thing that a few days before it happened, you said, oh, they're already digging the pit. There are robots down there doing the
Beep,
digging.
beep,
Beep, beep, beep. And then,
bang, bang.
and then first that evening, it was a Wednesday evening. It almost didn't happen because they didn't have the right permits.
Oh, yeah, right permits.
And then
They're
they
demons.
But I think what ended up happening was they just said, "Ah, shit, let's just set up a bonfire behind the church."
I would have gone with these are the devil's spirits, and they would have had Chinese writing all over them. I would have thrown it in the fire, except it would have all been fireworks. It would have been fireworks and fortune cookies.
Racist.
And just blow. Like, why not? Why not?
TV and putting it on the front porch and people praying hexes and vexes and curses. We had Satanists show up. One guy tried to actually throw a real Bible into the fire, and guess what? It hit the railroad ties and bounced out and didn't burn. They were throwing papers around,
Stop it.
screaming, "Hail Satan,
Stop
hail
it.
Satan." Then he and his gay lover kissed in the parking lot. But
Okay,
And
so
then he said, like, damn, I wish I could be as open as they are.
and then I got a boner.
I get a boner.
So we watched the video that the guy who threw the Bible into the fire took, and the Bible went in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Greg Locke.
Dude,
The
I'm not
demons
sure
are
what-
lying to you.
I'm not sure what it is about the right wing that they don't understand about, like, cameras.
Yeah.
Look at it, the high def, like 1080 4K delicious cameras.
Yeah, the dude recorded the whole thing. He recorded himself driving up to your little bonfire with the people throwing their trash in. His boyfriend recorded him walking up to the fire and yelling, "Hail Satan," and throwing the Bible into the fire. And we saw it.
One might say you got butt fucked by a pair of gay men. I mean, I don't know. I'm no expert.
Well, he's trying to cover that up right now.
You checking out the scene, I'm checking a hold it now.
Okay, good. Bring him back.
504.
We've only got a few minutes left, and we got to get into this guy.
You checking out the scene, I'm checking a hold it now. With perpendicular vehicular homicide.
Like he did with his. No,
whatever, okay?
whatever.
We've had people try to
Whatever.
attack us. They have come against us. The newspaper has been relentless
Okay,
and unbelievable. And all
This
I
is
wanna
what
talk
you're
about-
waiting
The
for.
90s called. What newspaper do you
The
read?
newspaper. No,
Is it the one that you steal off of your neighbor's
It's
porch?
the newspaper. Everybody knows.
Your
You just
80-year-old
read
neighbor's-
the newspaper.
The 80-year-old neighbor who still gets a paper. You
Yes.
pull it off his
No, the newspaper. The newspaper. You know, they're reporting on him all the time.
This Hitler preacher, this Jim Jones Kool-Aid drinking.
Okay,
individual.
stop.
Nailed
The
it.
70s called.
Kind of nailed it.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, you're making
The newspaper came in with the truth.
well, the 90s called, and they made a call back to the 70s for Jim Jones.
It's
Just
a
I had to,
generational thing.
yeah, I had to make that joke. Anyway, continue.
It's burning books, burning books. We burnt a lot of stuff, and it wasn't books. You know who we
Yeah, it
ticked
was
off? We ticked
garbage.
off the Freemasons, and I'm glad I ticked them off. They're a godless.
Mostly it was Carl's Jr. stuff because they're the devil. Hardy's is where it's at.
You ticked off the neighbors
satanic
who
cult of an
smelled the
organization.
burning
I said it then,
stank.
I'll say it now. I'm not apologizing. I'm not backing up.
Oh, you gonna back
those
up,
Bibles, you
dude.
know why?
Back
'Cause they're
that
not
ass
Bibles.
up. Yep.
They're
Back
filled
that
with
ass
satanic
up.
commentary. They're filled with pentagrams, with all of these different
Back it
crazy
up, baby.
logos and nonsensical ties.
Cause my daddy taught me good. I'm backing it out of there, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god.
Well, do you want to come back and finish up with this douchebag and then get into Jordan Peterson?
And I think maybe I should faint, but I don't. My daddy taught me good.
Hey,
Does that sound good to you?
I
Pastor Luck, hey, we can come right back. Come right back to him.
the Jim Jones of Moses's. Well, are we done?
We're done with this part, but we're going to come right back and we're going to
Clock.
finish this guy's off. Blech. No, I'm not. No,
I am the J. Tyler.
I am your Ms. Parker.
And this,
Is nothing yet live.
pansy.
Poo poo head.